What's up, friends? I hope you're all having an amazing Saturday, having a great day so far. I want to make this quick video about a meal delivery service that I used to use pretty frequently called Eat Clean Bro. And the reason I'm making this video is, one, I'm really irritated and I'm not going to ever use them again once I find somebody else to use for meal delivery. But secondly, I want to emphasize through their idiotic mistakes that I have receipts of, why customer service is so important. And I think we can all learn from their idiotic mistakes that I have receipts of. This all started, I was using their service for about like a year and a half, right? And food is great. Their food was really good. Customer service people were pretty friendly. However, when it came to the actual delivery of their food getting to me on time or in a timely fashion, they never provided any tracking information, or really good at tracking information, I should say, like in detail. I would imagine that's a pretty easy thing to fix if you're delivering food to people especially. It's unrealistic to expect them to be home 24/7, and just not any time between 9 a.m. and 7 p.m. your order could be delivered, right? I think that's all reasonable. So I like their food and I like the people that, I interacted with their customer service team. And so I thought, why don't I tell them, hey, just update. And this is back when I was living in New Jersey. So why don't I send them an email, say, hey, I like your service, I like this. You guys really should update the tracking information. I'm sure I'm not the only one that has placed multiple complaints about that. Right, it's a pretty simple thing when you're running a business. Give somebody that's paying you a decent amount of money to use a service or a product, just to let them know when it's going to be delivered, and not have to constantly email them every time you're expecting a delivery. But anyway, so I moved out of New Jersey, to make a long story short, still on the East Coast. And I was like, hey, they can deliver or ship me the food, so I still want to work with them, still want to be a customer of theirs. Well, the first delivery that I get when I move to a different state shows up like three or 4 days late. So the food is already like probably going to be ineditable from their own company policy. For anything that's shipped the way that they do it, is there's like a 3-day window basically of food. For the food still to be good, right? That makes total sense. This was late. Not only was it not unhealthy for me to eat, even though I did, because I waited so long, but not only was it that, but everything arrived damaged. It arrived late. The package, basically, food was leaking everywhere. So I was like mad, and I sent him an email. I'm like, I never want to do business with you guys. Strike number one is I got a response back saying, oh, we're so sorry, here's a gift card, we won't do this again, which that was their first mistake. Because and I gave them the benefit of the doubt. I gave them 2 fucking more tries, like literally trying to be a reasonable human being. So I was like, all right, gift card, that's nice. You're telling me you're not gonna fuck up this badly a second and later a third time. All right, I will give you guys another chance. Now they use OnTrack, which is a really shitty delivery service. That's really stupid of them, in my opinion, to use, but they promised to use a different carrier to send me the food going forward. So I'm like, fine, fair enough, let's give this another go. Order again. What happens the next time or the third, whatever it was, like when I placed like my next order that I was really excited about, spent a lot of money on, it arrives through OnTrack. And I'm furious because it's like, we had already talked about this, that this was not going to be how my food was delivered. Send them another email. I'm like, this is bullshit. Don't want to do business with you guys. Get a customer service representative that sends me an email back saying, I will personally go in every time you order, override it to different carrier. Just send me an email, and it'll be through UPS or FedEx or whichever one is not OnTrack that they use. And I'm thinking, all right, fine, I got a contact there, but this is their last shot, right? I'm a big fan of baseball. To use a baseball analogy, 3 strikes you're out. It's not that complicated, in my opinion. And so I gave them a third chance. Everything seemed to be going really well. But today, some really stupid, delivery driver chose not to do his job. Now the food is anticipated to arrive Monday. That's, 3 days too late. The package is back, on its way to wherever, and it won't be edible. And I'm just furious that they're not returning my emails probably because they know they fucked up really bad. I'm furious because I've tried to, again, be reasonable and not like a constant complainer. But this is also part of their job in running their business. It's not my job to do that for them, quite frankly. I'm a customer of theirs. I'm paying them money, basically, to tell them what isn't working about their stupid fucking service, and it's aggravating. So I'm not making this video to complain. I'm making it for 2 reasons. One, eCleanBro, you know that you're, getting feedback, I'm sure, about this, not just from me, but from other customers. So one, I will never do business with you guys again, but fix this damn mistake. It's an easy mistake, and you guys are either too prideful or, too stubborn to fix this, in my opinion. So fix it. I won't do business with you guys again. I'm recommending to all my followers never to do business with you. Follow me instead, actually, because that's free. And secondly, we can all learn from these really idiotic mistakes, right? It's not that difficult to a customer that has had an experience like this, whether that's with eCleanBro or otherwise, to, try and not just be apologetic, but actually try and fix the damn problem, right? Instead of being, in my opinion, prideful or stubborn or whatever else, in my opinion. So if a customer is giving you feedback, trying to work with you, trying to, not be, crude or, unreasonable, which I don't think I'm being. I'm using curse words because I'm very passionate about this and I feel strongly about it. But I don't think I'm being unreasonable either. So if you're getting a genuine customer like me that's giving you feedback that can actually help you grow your business, if you own a business or you work with clients or whatever else, take that feedback seriously. Don't ignore it like these idiots did, in my opinion. So, and in my experience. So again, I'm not trying to complain. Making this video specifically for learning purposes and just because I'm really frustrated. I want to use their service. I want to have a positive experience. I want to be reasonable. But at a certain point, I can only take so much disrespect from a company that, just doesn't seem to value or give a damn about their customers, from my experience, in my opinion. So anyway, that's the video. Thank you so much for watching. Follow me instead. Never do business with eCleanBro, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks so much.